Okay, hey guys, Lucid, welcome back. We've got turn 9 now. I was hoping to get through more turns last episode, but we got on a bit of a tear looking at the different Vanheim matchups because Vanheim is very, very strong in these sorts of maps. I think it's kind of the nation to beat in early age for like a rush format, which is kind of what this map is. And yeah, it's looking like they're going to have an easy time with either of their neighbors. And we're going to have a message here from Vanheim and Helheim, which is going to be really interesting because they bumped last turn and did not go well for Helheim. Message from Vanheim. I was surprised at no Bless on Helheim. My guess is that he has a dormant Titan with an incarnate Bless. That's my guess too. But I think there's going to be a strong incarnate Bless. But it's hard to know as I can't see his scales yet. We talked and he told me that Nifl's to his east. He's also interested in a nap, and so am I. But I hesitate to commit until I've scouted a bit to my south. So far, I like my expansion. Sure, it could be faster, but if I continue to have so few losses, things are going to work out well. My main problem is too many barbs everywhere. This turn, I'm finally getting more gold per turn than I can use in my cap. So maybe I can get a fort started in 2 to 3 turns. Okay. From Helheim, an unfortunate bump with Vanheim. I would say so. But that is what happens when momentum is slowed. I saw them with the scout, but I figured I would chance things working out anyway. Their Bless is pretty defensive. It occurs to me it's the philosophical opposite of my build. Oh, yes. I hope that means he went quickness unholy weapons. Truly, we are set up for an epic clash to determine the fate of the community perception on what the true meta elf build is. Anyway, not what I would expect someone to take fighting giants. I don't think he doesn't understand Vanheim's Bless then. Because it's to survive. You can't be having your guys getting one hit by giants, or you basically lose all the value in your berserk, and you die in one hit, so you're gone. So I think it's actually huge, and +5 strength is a lot. It's not all defense. It's pretty good. Like +5 strength is a ton. And he might not think about that because he's like, it's like 2 from the Bless and then 3 from Enlarge, but it's a lot of strength. Anyway. Lucky for me, he's not keen on rushing me without seeing who his other target is, so I won't be delayed getting that Jade Amazon fort up any more than I already am. It also means that if we don't have war, my Bless will be online by the time he is seriously pushing into my territory. And, well, one thing my Bless does do is kill his Sacreds really, really hard. So there's that at least. Okay, it's definitely got unholy weapons in. Yeah. The things that would be wasted, I think it has to be unholy weapons. The other thing that might be good is Righteous Wrath, but that's not incarnate, so we would see it. I think if he does unholy weapons quickness, then I had the most Jedi call out, but that also would be super cool. I don't know what it would, like I can't think of a blood, water Titan. I can't think of blood, water, anything. I don't know what his build would be, but that's really exciting. I'm glad that he's fired up to think there's going to be an epic clash, because unless he had some secret sauce like that, it was going to be bad. All right, so let's take a look. We'll start with Vanheim, and well, I'll try to go a bit quicker here. So these easy expansions like this, yeah, we know how this is going to go. I'll let you watch one of these, but we're not going to keep watching these in the future. Yeah, on this day, no fucks were given. And then Helheim with only a single province coming in their way this turn. Okay. And then we'll start with Muspelheim. Okay, so this is 6. So he's fighting Bone Tribe. Bone Tribe are one of the nastiest things you can possibly fight in early age. I had like a weird thing on my OBS display. I'm hoping I don't have red lines that showed up in the video. I finally got rid of them. And they just made quick work of these guys. Let's watch that again, because I don't know how many there were. There might not have been that many. Okay, this is a small amount of Bone Tribe. So that's fine. Yeah, they killed them really quick. If that was a big pile, it would have been a different story. Okay, so they attack this Mekone province. Like, hey, this is our land. That was kind of inevitable. I don't know if they saw, we don't have a message from them. I don't know if they saw that Muspelheim army die, but Muspelheim gave up any right to lay claim to this, or certainly to defend it, when he marched the army off into the barbs, which he took, but at great cost. I'm glad that Muspelheim went and took this, because that shows either good game sense or good scouting. So Vanheim, yeah, taking these two provinces. Muspelheim taking this one. That one's super easy, nothing to watch. Helheim, Mekone taking another one. Oh, so this is interesting here. So we get to see Valkyries in action. What's weird, though, is I guess these guys are pretty good, because they have a light lance for the bonus. And they do have glamour, which is nice. Yeah, okay. And they do have pretty good defense. But I'm thinking what the bless is going to be. Like, unholy weapons, I would think you would want the cav, because you get more attacks. Like, these guys, you get the light lance, potentially a javelin if you want, and the hoof attacks. You get two, with unholy weapons, you get 2 attacks. I don't know. Okay, so let's take a look at the board. Vanheim indeed moving away from Helheim. Expanding down this way, so they're going to see Mekone. This is 20 Van Heers. He split this army, which is smart. That's why he had 2 mages. I think. Oh no. You know what could happen? This is what I think is going to happen. Look at it. He doesn't want to go here. There's elephants. He doesn't want to go here. There's cavemen. He wants to go here, but this is really easy. Anybody could take this. And this is really easy. Anybody could take this. He's going to split his forces. He's going to go here, and he's going to go here. And Vanheim could also split his forces. I think if they both split forces, I think Vanheim wins both of them. What could work is if Mekone sees this. If this is scouted by Mekone, he can concentrate in one and hope Vanheim splits. The problem is, I don't think as Mekone, if they both go to one, they both go to the same one. Like, this is the easiest one. Let's say they both go here. If they both go here with full armies, I'm pretty sure Vanheim's going to absolutely clobber the shit out of these guys. But if Vanheim splits and he goes to one, he would kill them, and then Vanheim doesn't really have a critical mass to fight them. But what you really want to do, I think you want to fight these Ben Heers with PD. Yeah, this is just a sledgehammer build here. These guys are going to just plow into things. This is forest. I don't think these guys have forest survival. Yeah, so he can't 2 province move from here to here. He could through the cold, I believe, because I think they do have snow move, right? Oh, they don't. He did take heat dominion, 1 it looks like, and that's probably to ensure he gets a 2 province move through friendly dominion. But he's not going to be able to 2 province move from his capital to this farm, just because of the terrain. So he's going to have to I think he just leaves these. And just starts funneling everything through here. So it's kind of crazy. Like, Mekone has... Oh. The walls are closing in on Mekone. They've got Vanheim, which is going to be very hard for them to fight. They've got Muspelheim, which has already now started war with them, which I think was justified. They kind of got way out of position. Now, Mekone does have the fishermen. Wait, what? Wait, horse tribe cav. Am I missing something? How does he have this many horse tribe? I don't know. Maybe he can recruit that many. Maybe this is some kind of event or something? I don't know. I was thinking these were mercs. It matters a tremendous amount. For him to fight these guys, he is going to need PD. And he needs only one kind of PD, and it has to be Barb, and he needs to fight them in the cold. So this is the best part about fighting him now, is he's got 3 turns left of winter. It's early winter right now, or I guess 2 turns left. I think, like, if this were like Bone Tribe, which I doubt it is, like PD dumping this. So where are these guys going to move? This guy's going to move here or here. This is kind of garbage. So I think the move from Muspelheim is you put PD here, and then you move to one of these provinces. And I think the best move for Mekone is to anticipate his move to one of these provinces, do your whole army, and do PD, and hope to fight him in the cold. Now, this is maybe the likely province, because there's no cold scales here, whereas there's a cold scale here. Anyway, it's only one scale. I don't know if that's going to be enough to determine where they go. But Mekone, all of a sudden, it's turn 9. And they're getting to have to make some very difficult, very desperate kind of choices. This they might not know is a critical choice, but this they should know. There's a bunch of critical choices they're going to have to make. And Muspelheim hasn't finished expansion. I think that's the other kind of major theme here, is they're going to be they've already picked a war now with Mekone, which I think they should have, just because Mekone overexpanded. Maybe this was an agreement, though. I kind of doubt it. But, oh, they triple expanded this turn. And this was Bone Tribe into cold. It's not a good time to be Mekone. Helheim is lucky that Muspelheim's focusing the south. But Helheim is in a world of hurt right now. They've retaken this. There's a Jotun Jarl here to pick these guys up this turn. It looks like he delayed picking him up. Niflheim's main advantage here is he's not really being pressured by anybody. That's the big saving grace for Niflheim, because right now Niflheim is by far struggling the most. And Mekone had great expansion, but I don't think they bit off more than they can chew. Like, they've got war with Muspelheim. They're not really ready to fight. And Vanheim's coming through. And Vanheim's already said he's probably going to be at peace with Helheim. Going to be interesting. All right, let's go to the next turn. All right, we have turn 11, right? Or turn 10, sorry. And yeah, middle of winter. I think because it's middle of winter, let's look at Niflheim first. So they take out these Cynocephalians underground. Oh no, these were not underground. They're right here. Cynocephalians are scary, and this is just going to show you how good Nifl Giants are. So he did Divine Blessing, and he has these guys run in. I think I got hit by Smite. Let's take a look here. How are these guys faring? Yeah, it's going to take them a while to fatigue out. Some of these guys, nobody's over 50. I'll put on round here. I think it's, let's see, it's R. Round 7. And they have a lot of attacks, but they're not very high damage unless they go berserk. They're starting to get above 50. And now they're starting to freeze. Like, these guys are tapped out. Yeah, they're done. This guy's close to dying, but all the people around him are starting to freeze. Like, these guys are frozen. Okay. Interesting. And then they expand down here. So we've got the first successful double expansion from Niflheim. They're holding off on these elephants. Elephants, really, I think a single Nifl Jarl can kill them all. This actually is not a scary province for them. I think you have to be. I think this is when you probably want a Nifl Jarl. I'm not like an expert on this, but you do worry about the commander getting sniped by elephants. These guys have moved out this way, so they're looking to move up. Let's come over now and look at Mekone, because Mekone had some very important decisions to make, and we'll see what they did. This is the fishmen plus the mercs. So So it looks like Muspelheim did not attack Mekone again. Interesting. I was almost sure they would. So that was this one. They took moderate losses, taking an easy province. But that was just kind of garbage. And then here they fight the Elephant Riders. And I had said they probably weren't going to go for this because I was thinking this is a hard province. Now the Ekdromos do okay against elephants, but none of them. Oh no, they rout. Yeah, okay, fuck. That's why they shouldn't have attacked the elephants. It's better to fight elephants with like Ekdromos than humans, just because they're bigger and they're very killy. Not good. There's a chance I know Vanheim was sending us scouts out. There's a chance Vanheim saw that too. I like the flame blast. Very cool. Okay, so let's take a look down here. Vanheim going for the bump. And Vanheim, 20. There's another 20 guys here. Though some of these guys are maybe Huskarls. Wait, did it say they won? Oh, so this is different RNG. We saw them fail this. That's why you wouldn't attack it, but... But did I miss this? Did they, like, rout at the last second? No, they didn't. Okay, different RNG. I don't know what happened here, but the elephants have bad morale, so if they triggered, like, an early rout on the elephants, then they could have won it. So, in reality, they took both of these. They dodged the bump with Vanheim, and hopefully they saw this. What is Vanheim going to do? My guess is they stealth hit, open up supply connections. This is when I would start preparing for elfings. The other option is they say, hey, we're not really elves, we're barbarians, and they just attack. That said, expansion is not even close to done. There's a ton of indie flags. It might make sense for Vanheim to want to wait a bit. That might make sense. He gets attacked by barbs. These barbs potentially can roam. They might attack other provinces. Helheim goes after barbarians here. This is pretty interesting. Okay, so he lost some. He lost mostly Huskarls. He only lost one Valkyrie. Okay. God, it seems like there's so many Vanheers. I mean, this must be at least like 10, maybe 14. I'm assuming there's more than like a couple Huskarls. And then this is 20. And then this is another 10 or 14. That's a lot. If you're Mekone, you don't want these guys to combine. You really want to find a way to defeat them in detail. Okay. Helheim, we saw this. Then they also took this with the... Well, watch this. Oh my god, it's a ton of barbarians. Look at this. These are the right kind of troops to fight barbarians. They're high defense guys. It's got blur cast on them. I like that. And the glamour is kind of like a nice ablative armor against these barbarians. So these are exactly the kind of troops. I mean, it'd be nice to have some ranged troops too. And this was expensive. These guys are 25 gold a pop. So that was pricey, but it's a hard province. So that's kind of cool. Now he's got... Oh, he's taken all the mercs. He's got a lot of archers. And he's still got some of the elephants left. I'm assuming he's going to go after these now. And he might have enough archers he can put them on fire large, and that might get the elephants before they go down. But there's no other reason he would have hired them here other than to attack the elephants. So that's my thought. And then Niefelheim, I think we saw these fights. So I think we've seen everything now for this turn. And this is really, really dicey. I think we might try to get in one more turn, because we're only at 20 minutes. Okay, Yeah, so we got a message from Helheim. This is turn 11 now. Time to kill those damn elephants. I know I'm going to lose a lot of stuff here, but they need to go, and I can't afford to lose. And I can afford to lose a bit, I think. Anyway, as much as I think I've had very bad luck with indies, I've had very good luck with gold events to mostly make up for the stalled expansion. And player placement is probably the best possible setup for me. So in some ways, Lady Luck has been very kind. Have a nap with Vanheim, so that means Vanheim's decided to attack Mekone. So time to set up to elf some giants. A tale as old as time. That actually is true. It's a very old tale. From Helheim, very bad luck with those 100 barbs fighting to the last. I likely won't be able to take out the Jag tribe, but we'll risk it anyway. Yeah. So the nice thing about Mirror Image now is because it is ablative and it does work against projectiles now, it will help some with like the slingers and stuff you have fighting the Jag tribe. Because we got a message from Helheim, we will do them first. They get attacked by barbs here. This was this barb province, which took this one from Vanheim. It's now decided to come up here and take this from Helheim. And then they have two here. So this is the elephant province. Get out your popcorn. So he has him on Fire Archer. And then there's enough chaff he causes the rout. And then these guys snipe the... Oh, that might have primarily been a commander snipe. I was thinking the archers might have done it. But I think the Valkyries did it. Yep, that's the last commander. Yep. Sniped all the commanders of the Valkyries. Very nice move. Yeah, that was really good. Okay. Next move. This I'm presuming is the Jaguar tribe. Okay, there's only a few of them. I think there's no way this isn't going to work, right? Because he's going to have blur cast on a lot of these guys anyway. Okay. Very, very interesting. Good plays for these guys. Oh, they had another... Oh, Arch Spider attacked him. Okay. So now let's go to Muspelheim. Takes out some bear tribe. We're not going to watch this. Takes out some lizards. That's really nice to have as Muspelheim. You really like getting this guy to paint astral buffs on your guy. Very good. And then down here, he loses a Muspel giant just to some slingers. That's really strange. I wonder how this happened. Maybe they bled or something? Well, there's a lot of heavy infantry, and this guy is surrounded. So presumably it's this guy who's going to die. Now, I think we have different RNG here, and that doesn't end up happening. Yeah, nobody died here. Nobody even got terribly close. Just double check again. Yeah, with this RNG, nobody died. But in the game, he lost one. Could have been he got a bleeding affliction. Okay. So that's all the Muspelheim attacks. So Muspelheim triple expanding. Muspelheim must be top of the score graph right now for provinces. They're looking really sharp. Now I think we'll go take a look at Vanheim. So they took these cavemen. That's quite nice. Where is that? So they haven't attacked Mekone yet. They're still expanding. But I think they're looking to bump Vanheim. Now, cavemen are one of the things that are like, you want to be really careful because they hit really hard. And you're basically a protection tank. So they killed 2 of them, but honestly, that's pretty good for 36 cavemen. So they're basically setting a border with Mekone. These guys were here last turn. These guys were here. So that means there's a group of elves here that have stealthed, which means they stealthed here. So I'm expecting they're probably moving south. I think he's going to go and attack this and try to get a bump. And then after that, attack the farmland while he tries to connect this with, like, I don't know, maybe here. We'll see. But these guys are presumably going to move down here. Maybe no, I think he's going to finish expansion. He's probably going to move up this way. I don't think Vanheim is necessarily in a hurry to start this war. But maybe they are. We'll see. So that's this. Mekone. Let's take a look at score graphs again. Mekone position 2, Muspelheim position 1. Vanheim and Helheim tied, and Niefelheim catching up. It's actually looking strangely even. Niefelheim's had a great recovery during the winter. They had expanded here and here. So they do have Muspelheim pushing in pretty hard. And Muspelheim Giants are not going to do super well. We'll take a look at their bless again. How will this do against Niefelheim? Larger is nice. Defense is nice. Cold resistance is nice. Awareness, not bad. But those things are going to get counteracted in cold. If they're fighting Niefelheim in cold, I think they lose badly, even with the cold resistance. Now, they have an axe, but it's not magical, but it does more damage. They have natural protection. They're going to have way higher protection. I think these guys are going to manhandle. They've also got blur. Oh, but they have spirit sight. Right? These guys have spirit sight. They do. They'll be able to see through blur. Heroism, fire resistance, shock resistance, blur. So it's really the things that are going to affect. I mean, fire resistance is fine, so that like cancels out. So it's really natural protection and regen versus enlarge and defense. Plus, who's the minion you're fighting in? Yeah, I think Niefelheim wins this in a giant versus giant matchup. The only thing is there seem to be a lot more lustful giants. So we'll have to see. And this is cold, so these guys might march over this way and cause a bump. And if they combine forces, then I think 6 Muspel Giants plus Chaff will probably beat 4 Muspel Giants, or Niffle Giants, even in the cold. I'm suspicious. I could be wrong. Okay. Yeah, Niflheim making a really good comeback. If they didn't get kind of the wind sucked out of their sails early, I would say they're in a really good position. They're also site searching, so they're going to have a lot of gym income. But that gym income, I think they might be better with research. Because I think you want to have a Niffle Giant ready to go. Like a Niffle Jarl ready to go. With like spells they can cast on themselves. I don't think we see that happening. Like you want to have some construction. Because the Niffle Jarls now, especially with the way these mechanics work, they're going to get a lot more value out of having good armor. Because now there's this trash armor. Well, I don't know exactly. Anyway, you want to give them good armor. I don't know if that's changed from Dominions 5 to 6. But yeah, you want to replace this. And then you want to have it where they can maybe do like all 4 for liquid body. Maybe Stygian skin. That's not going to help against... Actually, that won't help at all with the protection. Quickness. Maybe some reinvigoration gear. I mean, there's a lot of things you would want. It's Scrotty, too. God, I love Niflheim. It's such a cool nation. Okay. So this is really interesting. I was kind of counting Niflheim down and out. But there's a ton of moves here, which, you know, we could potentially have really big bumps. Like right here. I don't think we'd have a bump here. And then these guys could potentially bump here. I think these are both cold. So there could be a bump here. We also might see the elves just decide to attack. This kind of force especially you can kill with a PD dump. These guys are moving south. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. We'll see you guys next time. I'll end my speculation over what they're going to do, and we'll just tune in next time and find out. See you then.